The farmers markets movement is something fantastic in the United States. Really fantastic, definitely on the East and West Coasts. But you can find a lot of farmers markets in even the small towns in between those coasts. I think it is a real movement that is supported by many, many young people who have decided to go into farming, which is a beautiful thing. But it's true that it's very difficult for children to find their way around food because we have been indoctrinated in the United States by a fast food culture. Now, this isn't just about fast food. It's about a way of thinking, a set of values, if you will, around fast, cheap, and easy. So we want our lives to be fast, cheap, and easy. So it affects our architecture. It affects our entertainment. It affects really the way that we live our lives. There's no room for dinner at a table. There's no room for a cup of tea. There's no room for anything except really getting involved with consuming things, buying things, going places. That I think children are very vulnerable to whatever is being offered. And right now, there's fast food everywhere. You can walk out of the house and it feels like there's a concession stand there. There's every market, every time of day, every time of night. It's available. And it's really changed the eating habits of children. And they've been brought into this addiction of salt and sugar. It's really important that we reach children in the public schools. And I've been involved with a project now for 20 years called the Edible Schoolyard. And what we have done is sort of integrated food and agriculture into the whole curriculum. So we have a garden at a school. This is a middle school in Berkeley. And we have a kitchen classroom. But we're not teaching gardening per se, or cooking per se. We're teaching math in the garden by measuring the beds. We're doing worm boxes for a science class. We're painting the vegetables in an art class. We're doing improvisational cooking in the kitchen as part of a dramatic arts class. We're studying the history of foods and eating those foods in a cooking class. So we're using those places like a lab. And the kids love it because it doesn't feel like school. And it's very exciting to really understand the priority of this edible education and how effective it can be for helping all of us take care of the land and to feed ourselves in a really nutritious and delicious way. Of course, there are projects in the UK, many, and Jamie Oliver is definitely a partner with me, and the Soil Association. I've worked with them for years. They have many projects in schools, but it's very helpful when there is a prince who speaks out for these values. It was so wonderful to see Michelle Obama plant a vegetable garden at the White House, because these are places where the symbolism of that can go around the world. And we need to take care of the land because that's the land that feeds us. And so it's important for children to learn in school in the most delicious way. How to do that, to learn to be stewards of the land, learn how to feed themselves something that's tasty and good for them. And then ultimately, to be able to sit at a table and communicate. There's nothing more important. For me, it's the elementary education we all need to have.